The center of all Brajavasis is to please the senses of Krishna. Ekla Ishwa Krishna Arsa Bhritya. Only Krishna is there to please. That's the only intent of all the Brajavasis. No matter if it is Dasya Ras, Sakhya Ras, Vasalya Ras or Madhur Ras. All rasas are there, equally important. But one thing common in all the rasas is to hey, kiska phone bari? Intent of all the Brajvasis and all the rasas is to please the senses of Krishna. He is the center of all activities. He is the center of all pleasure. He is the center of all the pastimes. Therefore, Shri Annakut festival is also seems like Krishna is performing. He is the performer of Annakut festival. He became the priest, and on the behalf of all the Brajvasis, he is offering not only the ghee lamps, but so many grains, food preps to Giriraj Govardhan. Because to please the senses. That's the only intent. Therefore, keeping it short, Annakut festival, some people say, Krishna is not Karuna Sindhu, ocean of mercy. Then I asked why. They said because on the day of Krishna Janmashtami, the appearance of Krishna, we have to fast until midnight without water. And it's so much troublesome. He gives so much trouble. So that's why I doubt if he's Karuna Sindhu, ocean of mercy. But I said, Krishna is equally important when you celebrate Annakut festival. Then you don't have to fast until midnight. You have to start eating from early morning. And Krishna is providing all this prasadam by offering to Giriraj Govardhan to everyone. And in those preps, which is known as Anna, Kut means mountain of grains. So mountain of puris, mountain of pakoras, mountain of, you can imagine whatever comes in your meditation, mountain of rasgullas, mountain of gulab jamun, mountain of jalebi, imarti, cham cham, mohan bhog, pasta, pizza, cake, pastries. What else? Because I'm speaking English, so I have to count some English preps also. Padma Singh, lasagna also. Halwa. So the hill, the mountain of all these preps being offered by Krishna to Giriraj Govardhan to please the senses of Krishna himself. Because Giriraj Govardhan is Krishna himself. But this is not the literal meaning of Annakut. This is described by our Srila Param Gurudev, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj, where he is giving a very beautiful commentary on this word Annakut. Even though An means food grains, and all those preps. But from the version of Shrutis, Shruti says, Ana hei para brahmaha. This one verse in Shruti. Shruti described An means Brahm, means the Lord. An means the Lord. And Kut means what? The mountain of Brahm, the mountain of Bhagavan. What is that meaning? Are all those food preps, they are Bhagavan? No. They are food preps which are meant to please the senses of Bhagavan. Not for please our own senses. Otherwise, it's going to become Atma Indi Priti Vancha Tate Bole Kam. If we are preparing all these food preps to offer to Krishna with the intent that later on I am going to get the prasadam, then it is not intent to please the senses of Krishna. But when the intent is there only to please the senses of Krishna, then dhare prem naam, then it is known as prem, developing prem. But only offering food preps is not ankut. Param Gurudev is saying this. With this theory, this formula which is mentioned in Shrutis, An par Brahma. An means par Brahm. So offering food to Krishna means offering par Brahm to Krishna? No. Try to understand this. Kut means mountain. And An means not only food. An means Brahm. What is that Brahm means? How to please that Brahm? How to please that Krishna? By offering HariKatha to Krishna. Shunvatam Sakatha Krishna Punna Shavan Kirtanai Hide Antostai Havadarani Vidnotim Surin Satam. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of so many verses where the prominence of HariKatha is mentioned. That HariKatha which is pleasing to the ears of Krishna. He himself wants to hear his own Katha. He himself becomes so restless to hear his own Katha. When Krishna hears his own Braj Katha, this transformation happens in his body and he becomes Lord Jagannath. What is the form of Jagannath? When Krishna hears his own Braj Leela, his eyes get dilated, his hands and feet go inside. That's the form of Krishna when he hears his own HariKatha. When Krishna hears his own HariKatha, all his joints opens and he assumes a big gigantic form as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he hears his own names and hears his own HariKatha. Therefore, Krishna Katha is not only a tonic or a herb, but is also rasayan. Bhavanti hitkarn rasayan katha. Shri Krishna Katha is not only just a herb to cure a disease of repeated birth and death. This is a very secondary meaning. But the primary meaning of Krishna Katha, the purpose of Krishna Katha is to taste and relish. It's called rasayan. And those who spread Krishna Katha, according to the gopis, they are the best donors. Tav kathamritam tapta jivanam kavi bhiditam kal mashapaham shavana mangalam shrimad atmatam bhumi grananti te bhuri dajana. Those who spread and give this Harikatha, they are the best donors. 11th canto, Krishna is telling to Uddhav, Yatha yatha atma parimajato aso mad punne gatha shavana vidana tatha tatha pashanti vastu sukshma chakshu yatha anjan samprayuktam. In around 50 years back, not anymore here in the culture, 50 years back, the mothers used to put kajal in the eyes of their children, not to decorate the eyes, but to enhance the vision of the children. So Shri Krishna is telling this example to Uddhav. Yatha yatha atma parimajato aso mad punne gatha shavana vidana. Krishna is describing his own gatha, his own activities and pastimes as punne gatha, the most auspicious ones. He himself claiming this. So as long as we hearing this Krishna Katha, as much as we hearing this Krishna Katha, then the covering on the soul, the material covering of the soul get destroyed. And one gets transcendental vision to comprehend or to understand or to relish the pastimes of Krishna. Therefore, Shri Param Gurudev is describing Ankut is not a mountain of food preps being offered to Krishna. That's pleasing to Krishna, but not to that degree pleasure as when Krishna hears his own pastimes. So the purpose of Ankut is the mountain of HariKatha. From day and night, HariKatha, 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 which is happening and going to happen in this auspicious month in Kartik. And I 100% believe you all are here to not only grab this prasadam from Giraj Govardhan, which is also essential to maintain our energy, but the only purpose and intent to attend Kartik Parikrama is to grab that mountain of HariKatha from so many speakers, from so many perspectives, which is all given by our Srila Gurudev. Whatever all the sannyasis are speaking, from where they got this, from where we got all this HariKatha. The stotra, the stream is coming from Srila Gurudev and from Param Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada and Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This is our Gaudiya line, pure HariKatha. So, as much as we can grab that without any restriction, as long as we can. Somebody asked the question, how long we can hear HariKatha? To what extent, to what degree? Srimad Bhagavatam described, keep on hearing things unless you get faint. Keep on hearing HariKatha unless you get faint. Rasamalayam, this is full of, keep on drinking this, keep on drinking this, keep on drinking this. This is Rasamalayam. This is full of mallow, full of rasa. So that's the only purpose of Ankud, which is not just for one day, which is for eternal life, for day and night. But especially on this day, we offer this food perhaps to Krishna and we honoring this prasad. But also on this day, we need to hear a lot of HariKatha, which is the only means and the only means and the only means to please the senses of Krishna. This is what Krishna is fond of, always hearing his own pastime. And who's describing this? The gopis. The gopis are describing this. Punati bhuvana trayan. The words which emanated from the lotus lips of the gopis, purifying the three worlds. And what are the words emanating from the lips of the gopis? Krishna, you are debauchee, you are black, you are not trustworthy. These are the words which are words of accusing Krishna, but out of love, not out of any hatred. And Krishna is very fond of hearing these words because Priya yadi man kore kore bharsan Ved stuti haite hare morman. I'm tired of hearing the stutis of the Vedas, but when my priyas, when my gopis, they abuse me by those words, that's more pleasing to my ears. This is what Krishna is fond of, to follow in the footsteps of the Braj gopis. Srila Gurudev, he spreaded everywhere the glories of Shri Radharani and the significance of Ankud, which is there to intend only with the purpose pleasing the senses of Krishna. Gaur Premanande, Shri Ankud Mahotsav ki, Shri Giriraj Maharaj ki.